Hello and welcome to this Ravioli show. We're back. This episode 20, I believe, actually, which is
Wow.
so happy 20th episode,
big
everyone.
2-0.
Wait,
I lost.
no, it's episode 21 because there's an episode currently in the works.
Wow, the big 2-1.
No, actually, I might. I was thinking of just like skipping that one because I watched over it and we didn't accomplish a whole lot in that one.
Oh no, I think that one has. They all have to go out, Jimmy. It doesn't matter. They all have to go out at some point.
I mean, like we did nothing in that one. Like there is no reason for that one to go out at all. And that's not me just being lazy either. Like it would be a waste of our viewers' time to sit through that.
I think we pretty much already guaranteed they're going to waste some time considering they sit on the
this
channel.
time we have a topic. Last time it was just like we spoke for a bit.
Yeah.
Just some rambling.
Shall I get into
I
the topic?
must throw out as well. Well, yeah, we'll do that as well. Does anyone have any news they want to talk about, by the way? Because I can't think of anything that happened.
No.
This week, there's a supposedly Falcon and Winter Soldier. There's supposedly a major cameo coming. So that's about all the news I can think of that's happening this week. So interesting to look forward to that, I suppose.
Yeah,
But other than that, I'm not going to ask him why, because we'll get a long-winded conversation out of that. I can't be asked for that one just yet. It's too early.
No, that's not why I still watched it. I just don't like it.
What the fuck was I about? Oh yes, okay. Jimmy, when I last checked on our channel, we had 19 subscribers, and we're very grateful for those 19. We're currently sat on 33.
Yeah.
Wow.
Have we had a bit of a boom out of nowhere?
I don't know, but all I know is that we have more subscribers on here than on my actual channel, and that's...
That's hurting Jimmy's feelings, is what that's doing right there. But thank you in general, thank you very much everyone for subscribing. If you haven't already, go subscribe. We do this every week. Much appreciated. Thank you very much.
Sometimes we skip a few, but...
Sometimes we skip a few, and sometimes we're late.
Yeah, Gabe.
Oh, you dick. Anyway, should we get on with the main topic for today's
That
episode?
would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good idea.
Go on, Jimmy. You tell them what it is.
Sorry, can I just acknowledge my bed hair right now?
Yeah. No, yeah, it looks, I mean, I'm in the same boat.
Impressive
so it's
volume.
Impressive volume.
Yeah.
It makes my head look like way taller than it is.
Yeah, yep. Yeah.
Anyway, so today's topic is our top 5 television episodes. So that's literally it.
I'll be honest, I kind of struggled, like, by the way, we're not doing this any numerical order, I don't think, right? So we're not doing, like, this
well, no,
one
so,
is
so
the...
it's not necessarily
Well, I
top
haven't
5.
at least.
It's not necessarily top 5, it's just 5.
5, okay, right, alright.
Yeah.
5 episodes of TV you've watched.
Yeah.
Any 5.
Yeah. Oh, Dan, do you want to show Jimmy what you've brought along on the bed today? Oh.
It just left.
It's moving.
So no. No, I don't. It's leaving now.
I timed that so well. Just as it was like, no, I've had enough. I don't want this. Dan's gone all gangster.
Cat's gone.
At the end as well. Cat's gone. Head's gone.
Cat's gone.
Cat's gone. Cheers. Son's crying.
So
Anyway,
so no cat.
no cat. No gatto.
Presumably because of Gabriel.
Oh, what the? Oh no. I apologize. Anyway, yeah, what I was gonna say is like I struggled for this kind of list because there are so many good shows that I've watched, but a lot of them I couldn't think of like an episode to be like that's the one that I really fucking enjoy. Like that's
It's
a really
because
amazing
you're
episode.
weak-minded.
Okay, good. Oh, great. All right. Okay, I can already see what kind of episode this is going to be. All right, great. We're looking forward to this one then. Dan, do you want to kick us off then? With your...
Okay.
Should we do one at a time, or do you want to do all 5?
No, that's... Okay, so, like, obviously, like, explain kind of what the episode is. But we should have done this before the episode started, but, like, explain what the episode is and stuff, because a lot of people probably haven't seen it, so... Because we're into underground shit. That no
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, go on, Dan. You take the lead, my friend.
Well, the first thing I wrote down is remedial chaos theory.
Oh, for fuck's
Oh, we're all
Frank,
going to have
go
very
in.
similar
Go
ones.
sake.
I actually didn't go with that episode because I figured Jimmy or you would, so that's
Okay,
going to
well,
bump
I
up.
did,
But yeah,
'cause
yeah,
I'm
great
the
episode.
best.
Yeah, really good episode.
So yeah, obviously, episode of Community. I believe that's one of the ones directed by the Russos, isn't it?
Russo brothers. I'll find out if you want, but I'm pretty sure
I'm
it is. Yeah.
pretty sure it is. But anyway, for those that don't know, it's the episode where the Community, I guess that's their name. They're the Community. That's where
Yep.
the show gets its name.
Greendale 7.
the community. They they meet up, and it's basically just exploring some possible timelines based off an event happening, that being of a rolling of a dice to decide who goes to get the pizza. It does introduce the darkest timeline to the community universe, which they go back to a couple of times. I just think it's a fun episode, isn't it?
It's a great episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree. I think actually the best part, some of my favorite moments in that aren't even the dark timeline parts. Like the bits where it's like it's not everything goes to shit, but everything kind of goes bad.
Yeah.
I think it's quite a good one. Yeah, man, it's a great show. That's definitely one of my favorite episodes. That's a really good show. It's actually the top rated. It's that and Modern Warfare are the two top rated episodes on IMDb. 9.8 out of 10. So there you go.
That's a big
Very,
one.
very high rated. Yes, I agree with that 100%. If you haven't
Well,
already, you
I
should
do
watch
have
Community.
great taste, don't I? So you'd expect that to be the case.
I noticed that about you.
Clearly do.
And for that, we'll go to Gabe's favorite episode next. Sorry, Dan.
Wow.
Okay, so I'm going with a little bit of one I didn't think anyone else would write. Because I didn't really want to get like all the same episodes. But I went with the Top Gear Vietnam special.
Wow.
Really?
Because I genuinely did. Because I'll be honest, it's just a really funny episode. It's just a really good episode. And I get why people don't like Jeremy Clarkson and that group of people, and I get that. That's absolutely fine. I can understand that. But don't let it take away from the fact the show is a very good show, and it's a very well, let's be honest, scripted show, and it's really well done and put together. And so that episode itself actually really made me want. I really do want to visit Vietnam. And I'll be honest, since I was kind of a kid, because of that show and that episode. So yes, that's my first one I'm checking out there. There you go.
Nice.
Jimothy, your turn.
I also went for Remedial Chaos Theory as one
Nice.
of mine.
Wow. Okay. I see.
Dan said it, and Dan.
Original choice. Yeah.
Um,
I'm a real trendsetter.
I'll be honest with you guys. I'm actually still compiling my list.
Nice.
That
I
was
just sort of
going on
assumed that because this was all your idea that you'd.
Yeah, we
right.
just
I
assumed
know-
you'd be able to deal with that.
I know what ones they are. I just have a lot of favorite episodes, and I just need to like put them in a list. Your turn, Dan.
Okay. Next one, I chose Hush. It's an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer from series. I think it's 4 because they're at
Do you
college.
want me to go find out? I can go find out.
I don't care enough. I mean, if you would like to, you can look it up. But it's a really good episode. So, the villains of the episode are these creatures that steal everybody's voices from the people that live in Sunnydale. And so, basically, most of the episode, there is no talking.
Okay, cool.
It's basic. It's a really impressive and a very good. They're quite creepy. These characters. They're just these sort of bold, pale guys that float around. I think Doug Jones, is that his name? Plays one of them. You know, the guy that plays all of the like Guillermo del Toro creatures and stuff.
I think it's him.
I think he's in that episode. It's very good. In what is probably quite actually one of probably the worst series of Buffy.
Yeah, Hush is yes, yeah, you're right. Sorry, season 4, episode 10. There you go.
Smashed it. But yeah, that's a really good
Do
one.
characters have like a chalkboard around their neck the entire episode? Right.
There's a couple bits of like writing on stuff.
Yeah.
And then also just a lot of running around and throwing things.
Throwing
is most
things?
episodes. Yeah, Buffy likes to throw a thing to kill a thing. It works. I like it.
Indirectly kill a thing or always
No,
aiming to kill?
she's aiming to kill.
She's
She
a
is the
murderer.
vampire slayer. She's
That
not
is
killing
true.
people.
Yeah. No, of course not. No, of course. I like the fact that, like, by using the term Slayer, they get away with it a little bit more. If it was Buffy the Vampire Killer, it'd look a little worse. Like, it wouldn't look as brilliant.
I mean, yeah, she never kills any people. It's only ever demons and monsters and stuff.
By the way, I don't know if I'm a
Mostly
fan of this new
vampires.
IMDb layout. I just went on it and was like, oh, this is very different and new. But okay.
Is it? I don't really
Yeah.
use it on.
It's
Computer
very
user just
bizarre.
use it on my
Neither do
phone.
I. That's why I'm like, oh, I'm taking her out like this. But all right, okay, we're doing this. That's a good shout, Dan. By the way, that's a very good shout. I don't think anyone else is going to put any Buffy on there. So
No,
that's
you
a
weren't.
good.
Cowards.
I never seen Buffy, so
Oh,
I'm gonna.
and most of it's really good. Series 4 is a bit.
I've heard like really
Bit
mixed
of a
things
struggle,
about it.
but-
Is it? It's not. It isn't that dated, is it? Apparently, it's kind of held up
no,
alright.
I mean, it definitely feels like 90s/early 2000s, but not like in a bad way. I mean, the only problem really with it is the fact that it's Joss Whedon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good show and everything.
Yeah. Who's
Just made by a bad person.
Made by a bad person. Yeah. I went with. See, this one I feel like is like I was at this point. I'll be honest. I was kind of not at this point, but in this one here, I was kind of just trying to think of like a famous episode of a good show that I enjoyed. So I'm going with. I don't know the name of it, but it's the Sherlock,
Nice.
the last one with Moriarty, the one on the roof. Because
the Rhinebeck Falls over.
that one. Thank you. It's the Rhinebeck Fall or whatever. Yeah,
Wait,
that
did
one.
you not pick ones that you liked? Did you just pick ones that you think people?
No, I picked ones like I really liked,
Wow.
but like not ones that like because I like.
Just
The-
trying to be
Just trying to
popular, are you,
fit in,
Gabriel?
yeah.
You just, yeah.
It makes
Just 'cause
sense.
you're
'Cause
not-
the first thing you mentioned was our subscriber count, and I mean, me and Dan
Yeah.
don't care about that. We're just in it for the money.
No.
So.
Oh, absolutely.
So maybe doing this.
There
for
is
reasons,
no
Gabe.
money in this fucking
Maybe
thing.
maybe we'll have a little discussion after this about your future.
Well, will we? Okay, all right. Yeah, I really like. I think it's I think this is probably my favorite Sherlock episode of any of the ones currently. I think it's my favorite one of all. There's a lot of good twists in it. I think there's a lot of good twists in it. I think the acting in it is phenomenal in every episode, but I think that one especially. It's what's his name? His surname's Scott. What's his first? Andrew Scott. Andrew Scott. Yeah, is absolutely amazing and so fucking talented in that role. But yeah, I really enjoy that episode. I think it's a really good, and also the balls of them to have like to be able to be like, we're just gonna do this, and then obviously we wanted the ending of that episode, and then just to leave it in the air while they made the next season. I think it takes some balls on you because most people wouldn't do that. They'd you know what I mean? They'd kind of.
I mean, to be
Maybe
fair,
do
they
it
are
mid-season.
taking it slightly from the source material.
Yes, no, well, yes, of course. But my point was,
Yeah,
you know, with
in
TV,
the source material, he
you-
actually just dies. Like,
you're taking a risk in doing anything on TV because people from the source material will read it with the intention of like, I can read the next one. Whereas people from the TV might just watch it and be like, well, if this is bad, I'm not watching the next one.
no. In the book,
Yeah.
that's the last book. He's dead.
Well, it was the
Dead.
last book
Oh,
until
yeah?
people got angry.
Until people got angry, yeah.
and then he
I
wrote
remember
some
that.
more.
Yeah, because he had to
But yeah,
write more.
genuinely, as it was written, that was it for Sherlock Holmes.
Didn't he also the author whatever Sir Arthur Conan Doyle? Didn't he also believe in fairies and like founded his own religion of some or cult of some sort?
I don't know. That sounds like the sort of thing an author.
Yeah, I
would
know.
do.
Like he smoked a lot of certain
Authors
things that
are
were
all
illegal at the time, that are
weird.
illegal now and weren't illegal at the time.
Very
And
nice.
yes, and then he wrote a book about fairies and why he believes in fairies. So there you go. Anyway, Jimmy, you got an episode?
Yeah, so obviously my first one was Remedial Chaos Theory. My second one is Face Off by Breaking Bad. Yeah, by Breaking Bad. My favorite. My favorite.
I thought he was
author.
honestly going to say the fucking film. I was like, "That's you've not got the idea of this at all." But yeah, right.
Wait, what's
Go
the
on.
I'm sure Jimmy knows what a TV show is.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm aware of
John
what it
Travolta
is.
and Nicolas Cage. That's why I was like,
Oh, that's
"Where
probably
is
why
this
I
going?"
haven't seen it then. 'Cause
Yeah.
those
It's
two are my
bad.
favorite actors.
It's
no, it's
bad.
a really good film. Gabriel is incorrect
Mm.
there, but that is one of the good Nick Cage
Um,
films. Like
Yeah,
Con Air.
Face Off is the episode that
Con Air's good.
this is why I found this like episode actually quite difficult to like the podcast episode to like come up with, because like it's hard to like come up with a single episode, especially when like the whole season's good. So this is from
That's
season
what
4.
I'm saying. Yeah, yeah. There's
This
not
is
really
like-
a standout episode.
This is from season 4 of Breaking Bad, so that's like my favorite season because it's kind of just like this.
He breaks a lot of bad.
He
He does so much breaking of the bad.
But this is like the final episode, and it's where all the shit goes down, kind of thing, and it's just I just really it's hard to say why I like it without spoiling it. But
Yeah.
if you haven't seen Breaking Bad by now, like just watch it. So
I think that's as good as way of putting it as any.
yeah, that was a really good
Um,
review, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was really good. You
Yeah.
nailed that one. Dan, do you want to go your next show?
Yeah, and as of course, you know, I can't go a week without bringing up Doctor Who. My next
Yay.
episode is Blink, because
Is it the
It's
Weeping Angels?
it's the first episode starring the Weeping Angels
Yeah.
from series 3, written by Stephen Moffat. I mean,
By the way, the new season
it's
3, not like season 3 of like when it was like
Yeah,
1950. So.
not from 1966, but from 2008. No, 7.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine most people, even if they haven't seen it, know what this episode is.
I believe it.
Surprisingly,
yeah.
being probably one of the best episodes of Doctor Who, barely has the Doctor in it. I mean, it's basically, you could take out the bits with the Doctor,
Is it,
and it could just be a standalone story. But I mean, it's really good.
The Weeping Angels are like, I must admit, I'm not a massive Doctor Who fan, and I don't know a lot about Doctor Who. But the Weeping Angels are actually a character, like a villain set. Is that the right term for them, or a collective, or whatever the fuck? I really like them. I think it's a really interesting character in general.
Oh yeah,
it's a really fucking creepy and cool
quite creepy
thing.
concept.
It's awesome. Yeah. But I remember, like, as a kid, it must be that episode then, because that's the first thing. I remember as a kid watching. My dad's a much more, like, he'll go back and watch them. He's not a massive fan of it, but he'll always make sure he watches some of it at least. And I remember as a kid watching that for the first time and being fucking terrified of these weird statue things that were just sort of like, oh yeah, if you're not looking at them, they'll move behind you. I'm like, what do you know? Like 7-year-old me sat in front of the fucking, or 5 or 6-year-old me sat in front of a TV panicking over the fact that I'm going to get taken in my sleep by a weeping angel. But yeah, no, it's a good show actually. It's a very good show.
Easy one to watch even if you're not a fan of Doctor Who, because you can just be like, oh, there's also this guy that's going around.
Yeah,
who knows who he is?
Lunatic man with a weird stick. What's the episode with the last human that's stretched? The woman, it's like a
Cassandra is in a few episodes.
Because the first is it the first season she appeared? Right,
she's in the first 2 series. She's in End of the World and then New Earth, which is the first episode of the 2nd series.
All right, okay. So the first appearance of her, like, I don't. It's not I don't like that episode. I just found it a little. I was a bit like, it lacks like I felt like it lacked a I don't know, not a villain, but I don't like the character is what I was gonna say. But I think like the Cybermen, the Weeping Angels, even the Daleks to an extent, are all really good villains, and kind of Doctor Who especially kind of always does a nice job of jumping between those. I actually can't think of any other Doctor Who villain now I've said that, so we're just gonna move. Yeah.
Sontarans. Yeah. Zygons. I mean,
Zygons
forever.
Isn't Zygons from fucking
spin-off Inspector Spacetime? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that what that's from? That's Blorgons, isn't it? That's Blorgons. Sorry, yeah, that's Blorgons.
What are Zygons?
They're shape-shifting aliens. They're in the 50th special.
Oh.
They're like these big.
Are they the ones who take over
the?
Who's the ones who take over the like Prime Minister and such in like the first season?
Slovene.
Ah, right, there we go. Okay.
The Zygons are from
that first season. Is actually really, it's charming going back and watching it, but it's really dated. It looks like it's made in 2006 or whatever the fuck it was made. 5. There you go. Yeah. Because I remember watching the first episode with you, and it's that big CGI ending fight, and me and you looked at each other, and I was like, and then someone's clearly just going chroma key that in.
Nesting consciousness. No, the Zygons are from original run of Doctor Who, in a 4th Doctor story.
I suppose it's actually really, like, it makes sense to, like, in 1960s and stuff, to make a character that can shapeshift, because you never have to show that character.
Yeah, I mean, this was the 70s at that point, but yeah.
But it's a great idea.
They look like a person now.
Yeah, they're in there, and they look like her, and you just get in a new extra for every scene. Like, it's not hard, and it's a very, very smart way of doing it. Saves money, I suppose. Is it my go next? Sorry.
Yes.
I'm going to go with, before Jimmy says it, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the health inspection episode.
I think that one.
Yeah, I think it's my favourite one. For context, the episode is the gang are preparing the pub for a health inspection, but no one's taking it seriously other than Charlie. And Charlie is running around. But they've got an order of meat coming in.
They found like a loophole in like.
Yeah, they found a loophole in state law. It's in state law, isn't it, that they can have.
Like they can like sell. They buy like a load of steaks like really cheap, and then they're gonna.
To sell them on at like a. So they've got a load of steaks turning up, and while they've got that happening, they've got the health inspector turning up, and Charlie knows that everything in the place is like definitely not going to be okay, and then throughout the episode, just things get worse and worse. But it's all shot in one take. It's obviously not done in one take, but it's all a one-shot kind of episode from about the 10-minute mark all the way to the end.
Yeah, like as soon as the health inspector arrives.
Yeah, as soon as the episode, it's all one take, and there's a constant kind of beat throughout. And my favorite thing in it is Charlie's trying to prove to Dee how to make a joke chair. So whenever there's a drum moment where there would be like a cymbal, Charlie will go over to this stool and bang it on the floor, and it acts as a sort of symbol to then, and then he goes off and runs around again, and it carries on, and then he does it 5 minutes later, and it's a constant thing. But that is my favourite episode of Always Sunny, I believe, of all, because I think it's just a really fucking good episode, and it's very funny. The man only wanted a chicken burger, Jimmy. He only wanted a chicken burger, and instead he got a horrifically fried steak. Okay, but yeah, that's my favourite one. Go on, Jimbo.
I've done Bagman from the newest season of Better Call Saul, which is the one where they're in the desert.
Aren't they always in the desert?
No.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've only ever seen.
Yeah, I've only ever seen Breaking Bad in
outside
the
shots
desert.
of Breaking Bad is in the desert.
Well, basically, there's like
They've lost the horse.
a load of this money that Saul has to deliver, but he gets like ambushed, and him and Mike have to walk across like the desert to get to where they need to go, kind of thing. And it's just a really good episode because there's like so like one of the ambush, they Mike takes down all the people who are ambushing Saul except for one like car, and then that car just like sort of like follows them around, and then like they have to kind of get rid of the car, I guess. But it's a really good episode. It's from the newest season, so it's one of my favorite.
Fair enough.
The episode that follows it is also really, really good, and that's probably like my second favorite of the new season.
Yeah, I must admit, how many seasons of Better Call Saul got now?
5. They're ending on the 6th one, which they're filming at the moment, I think.
Fucking hell. That whole, I don't want to say universe, because it's not like, well, it is a universe, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
That's really kind of, surely that season's, they're not doing any other spin-offs, are they?
They might do, I don't know.
Okay,
They haven't said
alright.
they're not going to, so.
Fair enough. Dan, shall we do your one, and then we'll start a new call afterwards?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, go on.
Well, my next episode is 3, but I don't care. Fight me on it. I mean, it's technically one.
Free
it's
to
a
watch?
It's a 3-part episode.
Oh, that counts. Free to watch, though.
It's, No, it's on Disney Plus. I mean,
Oh.
I suppose it's free to watch if you illegally
Disney
download
Plus?
it.
Okay.
But it's all 3 parts of Weirdmageddon, which is the last 3 episodes of Gravity Falls. So
Okay.
the finale of the show.
Mm.
It's a really good. The show only went for like I don't even like 30
didn't go for very long,
episodes.
did it?
If
Yeah, it
that,
didn't go for
no,
long.
yeah. But I mean, I'm glad because every episode is good.
Yeah.
And it's a really good, like it's Bill Cipher comes back. You probably it's the pyramid guy with one eye and the little hat.
Yes.
You've probably seen pictures of him. But yeah, it's just he comes back and he's the main villain, and there's just loads of stuff from all of the previous episodes sort of working together or against or whatever, and it's a really good finale. But yeah, I couldn't choose one part of it because
No, it's a finale.
in
that
my
makes
mind
sense.
it's all just sort of one
Yeah,
thing
that's a good
anyway.
point.
So
You kind of,
Yeah.
because I was trying to think the other day about like, oh, excuse me. Oh.
wow,
Oh.
okay.
Boring you
I'm
are.
so sorry to bore you.
Yeah.
I have not had a coffee yet. No, you had me kind of thinking about Disney Plus things the other day because I was trying to debate whether or not there's an episode of The Mandalorian that really sticks out,
What's the one with
or
Frog
any
Lady in?
Marvel stuff. Oh fucking hell! Here we go.
I
Here
thought
we go.
about maybe looking at one of those, but I was like, yeah, we talked about them recently.
But also, like the entire, it's the same issue again to me. It's like the entire show's good. Like there are standout episodes that at least 3 or 4 times throughout the series. I feel like it's too hard for me to look at them and go, that's the one that I really like. That's the one I think is my favorite. But I think I just enjoyed the show itself, especially with stuff like WandaVision. Like I don't think there's a best episode in that series. I think it's just a well put together series. But yes, so Gravity Falls is your shout then, the finale of Gravity
Yes,
Falls.
the 3-part.
Good shout.
Final
Shall we start a
story.
new call, or shall I just go ahead and say the next one?
No, that's not new cool. That's not new.
Let's start a new call.
new
Alright, Dan, do you
call.
want to do your... Dan, what are you going to get us with today?
Yeah, what are we gonna
Alright.
transition with?
Well, actually, if Jimmy's gonna get rid of last week's episode, can we try the same transition tactic we tried last week?
The
Okay.
word thing we did.
Yeah.
The word thing. I'm gonna have
Go
to
on.
think of a word.
Yeah, you do.
Oh,
A two-part
we've
word,
been.
like two syllables.
Well, no, look. Okay, I've got it. Just we've been talking about television.
Nice.
Thank you.
Transitions. Look
Uh-huh.
at us moving on up in the world.
Wow.
That was
Made it.
pretty good
Wow.
stuff.
I really hope Jimmy cuts it terribly, so it just completely sounds like we're like, wow, transitions, as it's just done awfully. Who are we on? Was it my go?
I have no
I
idea.
don't remember.
Okay, well, I'm going with Community Contemporary American Poultry as the next episode.
Yeah.
That's
'Cause
the one with
it's-
the chicken.
It's my favorite episode of Community. I think it's a great episode.
Scorsese one.
The Scorsese one. I'll be honest. I genuinely just think it's the best one. If you're going to jump in on an episode and you're not too sure about anything, I think it's the best one to jump in on because it's not as outlandish as, let's say, the multiverse kind of one, but it's
Wow,
also
okay. Way to have a go at my suggestion.
I-
Screw
yeah.
you, man.
fuck
And
you.
mine, so-
Yeah.
That was that was just such a little tag along there. Yeah, like Jimmy coming
Me
over Dan's
too.
shoulder. Yeah, but no, yeah, I think it's just a really good episode to dive in on. I think it kind of not introduces you to everyone, but it kind of gives you a good sense of who everyone is and what everyone's doing. And yeah, it's just fucking brilliant. It's such a good episode. It's really
Is that
really
the
good.
first episode with Annie's boobs?
Yes,
Yeah, I
it
believe
is.
so. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like that.
Who's
episode.
a great returning character.
Yeah.
Great
Does
character.
events.
Yeah. Does yeah. And what's his name as well? And Ken Jeong, the actor.
Yeah.
Not his character.
Senor Chang.
Senor
It
Chang,
was in
thank
the
you.
second episode. Like, that was his first episode. That wasn't his first episode.
No, I meant in the vents.
He also lives in the vents.
Oh,
He lives in the he lives in the
Yeah.
vents as well. Yeah. Yeah, he lives in actually no, at this point he lives in the cupboard, doesn't he?
No.
I don't remember. It's been a while since I've seen
Okay.
it.
He's still
all
a
right,
teacher in
good.
season 1.
Oh, yes, well, yeah, of course he is. I honestly forget
From
he's even a
season
teacher.
one, wow.
I honestly even it's like episode 21, so it's a bit later on, but I honestly completely forget that he's even a teacher in that show.
Yeah, that's
Just
why they
because
call him
of-
Senor
Just because of
Chang.
everything, yeah, but just because of everything else that
Spanish
happens to
teacher.
that character, I just don't expect it. Yeah, good
Oh
character.
my
Good,
God, that's how the show starts.
I
The
know.
study group for a Spanish class.
I know.
You may forget that by the end.
They always
Yeah,
ask
by the
me,
end, you
why
don't
do-
really know
You
what happened
definitely
and how
ask
you
that
got
one.
there.
I like that line where it's like, they always ask me, why do you teach Spanish? I say it just like that. Why do you teach Spanish? Why do you teach something more traditional, like martial arts, or how to build a wall you can see from space? Such a good answer.
It's also not like no one's ever been. That's a really weird way of asking a racially insensitive question.
Well, 'cause
It's
the
like
thing
if someone
is
went up to
later on,
us and
doesn't
was-
he? He's like,
Yeah, it's like
and
if
by
some-
the way, it's not racist to ask if he's a Spanish teacher or something.
It's like someone going to us guys and being like, "Do you guys want to build like a massive eye thing? Is that what you're going to do with your career? Like a big wheel that everyone can sit on and go round in, or a big tower with a clock on it? Like it's not. It's just a weird one to ask.
Is that what our race is famous for?
I think so.
Yeah.
The London Eye and the
White
Big Ben.
people, the London Eye.
Wow. Wow.
Because famously, there
I
are
meant
only
more
white people in
British than
England.
white people.
Oh.
But okay, that's what we're going with. All right,
To be fair, that's better than
Um,
some of the other stuff that we remembered for us.
that is true. Yeah.
I'd rather have the big wheel than like all the other like thousands of years we've been around or whatever.
Yeah. Jimmy, do you want to bring up an episode then? Come on.
Yeah.
Is it another Breaking Bad one?
No.
Oh,
Shut up.
yay.
It's another Better
Uh,
Call Saul one.
Ah, my bad.
No, it's Loud, Fast, and Keep Going, which is an episode of Barry.
Oh.
It's like it feels like one of those episodes that like if you saw it like when it went up, like you'd be looking forward to it, and it kind of like feels like it would pay off really well. Like, because there's like the end of the episode before it is like kind of leaves you on a cliffhanger, and then I feel like from all like the episodes that like follow up a cliffhanger, like something like that, this feels like one of the best. And Gabe's just ignoring me. So
I need a coffee, bro. I need a coffee so badly. My brain is completely shutting down as
wanna do that
this
for
goes
your
on.
next time
But bro, you do worse things from my one. you both do worse.
Your one.
You'll cut it out, knowing you. But
Yeah.
go on.
It's just, I don't know. It's just a really good episode. I'm finding it very difficult to explain these episodes without spoiling them.
Yeah,
But I'm
no,
just gonna
it's
say that
tricky.
it's
Yeah.
good.
Stop choosing
Barry
such important episodes.
No, I just the
Barry
trouble
in
is,
general.
I keep choosing episodes that none of you guys have seen, so we can't really have a conversation about it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Barry's a show that I will get. It's Bill Hader, right?
yeah.
I will get around to watching it at some point. Isn't it only on? Is it only on Prime? I think it's only on Prime. I can actually go check that now.
Yeah. It's not on
Oh, is it not on Prime?
It's on Sky,
It's
isn't
on
it?
HBO
Well,
Max.
it's a HBO thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
It's when
Yeah.
HBO
Let's
Max
watch it
comes
on
out.
now.
Also, by the
TV,
way,
probably.
Sound of Metal's now on
we
Amazon.
mentioned that last time, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Jeez.
I love doing this show with my friends. Yeah, Barry, you can currently buy on Amazon 2 seasons.
I have
Meow.
bought both of them,
There you go.
and now I don't.
Daniel, I believe you've got some
Final
episodes.
one. My last one. Because I think that's been 5. I'm not really
Yeah,
paying
yeah, because
attention.
this is my last one as well. So.
Okay, cool. So my last episode is final episodes of season 4 of Futurama. The Devil's Hands Are Idle Playthings. It was it was the first of like.
It's just a really good name of an episode.
It is. It's the first of like 4 Futurama finales because it got cancelled a bunch of times, but then it kept coming back stronger. Each finale is great, by the way, but this is probably my favourite of them. So Fry is trying to learn, I think it's called the holophone or something. It's this really difficult instrument to play to impress Leela.
Right.
But he can't do it because, as I said, it's really difficult, and also he's an idiot.
Right. Yeah.
So what he does is he makes a deal with the robot devil, and the robot devil has to give Fry his hands, so now he can play the holophoner. But that means that the robot devil has Fry's hands, and he is not a fan of that.
Can he not do anything at all?
He keeps trying to make deals with other people in order to get his hands back. Eventually, he gives Bender this like huge nose that's just a really loud air horn, which ends up deafening Leela. So she can't hear it. So they're all going to this thing, but she can't hear it. And so to get her hearing back, she eventually makes a deal with the robot devil
To get new ears?
for her hand, but it's a trick. It's for her hand in marriage. And so the only way, yeah, I know, the only way Fry can stop that is to take his hands back and no longer be able to play the holophoner. And so then, yeah, he does it because obviously he loves Leela. And so he can no longer play. Everyone hates him, but it's nice because Leela's like, I would like to listen anyway because yeah, it's nice. It's a very nice end. Well, it's a nice end to the show if the show were to have ended there.
Yeah.
And it's always good to have the robot devil in because he's voiced by Dan Castellaneta, who's obviously
Cool.
Homer.
Yeah.
Yes, the robot devil is probably one of the funniest like side characters that turns up every now and then throughout Futurama.
I need to. You've made me decide that I've got very little to do after this, so I'm gonna go get a coffee and sit and watch Futurama for a few hours while I wait for anything to happen in my day.
It was a difficult choice because I knew I wanted a Futurama episode. I was like, do I go with one of the other, like the actual finale? The first Christmas special is very funny. It's got John Goodman in it.
Oh, cool.
As Robot Santa, who is just completely evil.
I'm noticing a lot of. I forget how much
There's
this
a
show
lot of
is
evil
like.
robots.
Yeah. But I mean, it's set in the future, so.
But yeah, it's
What year's Futurama set in?
Well, it starts in the year 3000.
Yeah, because I was gonna say
Finishes in like
I always it
2012 or whatever.
annoys me when shows don't put themselves far enough ahead in the future. Does that make sense? You know, when I personally think Back to the Future kind of did it, where they were like 2011 or whatever the fuck it is, 12,
2015.
2015. Thank
it's
you.
always
Yeah.
fives.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was 30 years in the
But like,
future.
I get it was 30. I get it was 30 years in the future, and also they didn't do a massive future. Like, does that make sense? Like, it wasn't it wasn't
it's just-
insanely different.
It's not really.
30 years is enough time to defy gravity, like.
Yeah. Okay. But like, you know, what I mean,
I mean, most of it is rather than flying. I mean, I suppose it sort of flies, but it's mostly
the trainers are pretty
hovering than
yeah, it's
anything.
hovering, and also the train. Like the thing about like self-tying laces and stuff, we just don't have laces in shoes a lot now. Like now, you can buy shoes that don't have laces in, so we actually kind of have a variant
You're
of
referring
that.
to Velcro.
No, there's shoes without
There's
Velcro. As well.
slip-ons.
Yeah, there's like you can
Slip-ons
buy.
have existed for ages.
I can't think of like
I
like
don't
but
I do that with my shoes
okay,
all the
not
time.
slip-ons, but you can get
I
shoes with no
mean-
laces.
Although there wasn't a Jaws 19, they did kind of predict how film was going to go in some ways,
Yeah.
where everything is just sequels to something
Everything
else.
is sequels to something
And
else.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's
and
they
not
definitely
huge
predicted-
holograms, but
They
still.
predicted like that kind of weird phase where like everything was in 3D for some reason, and then they
Yeah.
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 Like,
But like, no, it's a really good. Like, my point was
and they
that like.
predicted that it would look rubbish.
I think
Yeah,
Back to the Future does it better than most because it does
Yeah.
put itself a nice distance
But no, yeah,
ahead.
when things
but some
are set
shows
in the
are like,
future and they
yeah,
don't,
yeah.
don't go
Or
far
they're like,
enough.
oh, we're setting it in. Like, I always thought How I Met Your Mother was a weird one for that because they'd be like,
Is that set in the future?
no, there's flash forwards into the future where it's
Oh,
like,
okay.
look, in 20, I don't know, like 2050 or something like that, and we're all old and it's cool, and they're like, I'm like, no.
Last episode of Parks and Rec does that, but I
Yeah,
think
but-
it does that quite well.
It does it quite well though. It's
Yeah, but
different.
they
but it's
can't-
a comedy.
It's a comedy. It's supposed to be. It's supposed to be kind of
It's not
funny and
really-
stupid.
Yeah.
And how they met them up, they can't be like, oh look, it's the year 3000 and we're all still alive.
That was honestly one of my biggest points was like when they in that last episode, in one of the episodes where they do that. I'm like, you're all clearly 30 and 40 acting in this show. You are not surviving another 60
I
years.
think
like
it's
you can shut
usually-
the fuck up.
Rather than a problem with flash forwards, it's films that are set in the future.
Yeah.
Not just the future, but
I'm
then
trying to
yeah.
think of a film that's like relatively
Blade
late.
Runner.
Is Ghost
first
in the
one
Shell
set in-
set? Is Ghost in the
I
Shell
don't
set?
know. I haven't seen that.
Okay.
My example was better. Blade Runner set in 2019. I mean,
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
not-
know when
that's-
the
yeah,
original
nah.
book was written. To be fair,
Shall I find out?
yeah.
When was
Do
Blade?
androids dream of electric sheep?
When was
Yeah.
1974.
Is that when it was written?
That's when it was written.
I would have thought it was
That's
older.
not even. That's not even. Yeah, publication date 1974. That's not even that old. Well, he was just wrong.
I mean, yes, that is a very.
He was
different,
just wrong.
But I mean, I guess there's technically still time before 2049 to
Yeah.
get back on track.
Well, if you think about it, other than
Musk,
aesthetics,
Pick
other,
up your shit.
other than aesthetics, we're not that far off. I mean,
Yeah, but that's quite
There are
aesthetics. Quite
robots
a
walking
large
around.
part. It's also quite a large part of that franchise.
okay,
Aesthetic.
you could be a replicant. Who knows?
That's all those films are really.
It's just
worth watching
aesthetic.
for.
Yeah,
They
it's
look
just
nice.
aesthetic. Yeah, they look
Otherwise,
nice. Yeah.
boring.
I think we should do a test on Gabe to find out if he's a replicant or not.
Yeah,
don't know.
there's a turtle. It's up or a tortoise or something. It's upside
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, that.
Do you kick it?
What are you doing, Gabe?
Always.
I think that's the test.
Always, you always kick
Okay.
it.
I'm not sure what that means. I have.
I
to
think
look
that just
it
means
up.
you're a dickhead, to be honest. Like, that doesn't...
Yeah, replicant or not, you're going to jail,
Yeah.
sir.
Oh
Fuck
no. Somehow, this podcast has been so nicely smooth sailing until we got to that point, and then we've just rambled on about the future for the last 20
Hey, that
minutes.
was on you, my man.
That's what people
I
watch
didn't
it
bring
for.
up when the show was.
People
sent.
love it. People love it for that. People love it for that. But I think it's a very, very good shout, Daniel. I think it's a very good one.
Thank you.
I
Good
want
at
to
things.
quickly do my one, and then I'm going to give it to Jimmy because we've spoken about my one too much in general. I'll be honest.
Is it Tanet?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, no. I will never speak that name on this show. It's the Last Dance, episode 10.
Oh my goodness,
It's
you're
just
right.
a really good
Do
show.
shut
and
up.
It's the last.
I don't
It's the
care
last
about
episode. The
basketball.
last
Stop
episode is
bringing
very
it
good.
up.
Anyway, Jimmy, you'll go.
Oh, you're not going to talk about it?
No,
No, because I don't want to hear about
because
it.
Dan doesn't want to hear about it and he'll
Oh,
shout at
okay.
me.
Well, I went for...
What you guys actually don't know is Dan's actually the producer of the show. He's just hidden it the whole
Oh,
time.
Gisnep.
Yeah, I'm-
Wait, Dan's Gisnep?
Yeah.
Dan is Gisnep.
You know,
The
I
clues
put, you know, I
were
put,
there all along.
You know, I put produced by footage provided by Gisnep. After, like in the description of like the last 2 episodes.
Excellent.
Maybe actually.
Yeah.
Shit, I didn't realize that.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, go on, Jimmy. Sorry, go on.
I've gone for what might be, I don't know. It's definitely in my top 3 favorite episodes of all time. Maybe even like number 1. I've gone for the jacket from season 1 of Atlanta.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's just like a really like, it's just like a perfect episode that like, it shows like what that show is about kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it takes place after like a party, and Ern wakes up in this guy's house, and he doesn't have his jacket. And the episode just basically like him like retracing his footsteps, like trying to find his jacket. And
Why
then
does he end?
eventually he does.
I don't think
say
where
the
he.
ending.
I'm not sure.
Well, okay, so the ending he goes to the Uber driver's house, and then obviously
Yeah,
you remember what
yeah.
happens after that.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Um,
Can you reach in his pocket? No, I'm kidding.
Which
yeah,
is,
go
but
on.
that's like a really great moment because it's like really like it feels really off, and then like it'll kind of.
Yeah, and then it gets balanced out with some.
Also, it
with
has a
some
very very funny
humour.
bit where he wants to go get his jacket after it's all gone
Yep,
down.
yep, yep. Yeah, there's
he sort of just like sneaks up behind them. He's just like, "Play my jacket, please."
yeah, it's a fucking good episode. That's a good
it's
episode.
really
That's a good
good.
shout.
It's just like it just feels like a perfect episode of television to me, and I really like it. It stands out.
Yeah.
There's
it's
also
a
a
good
few
shout.
other Atlanta episodes I would have done, but that's probably my favorite. So I decided to just pick one from each
Mm.
series.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really good shout. There's a lot of TV at the moment's doing really well. A lot of shows doing really, 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 really good things. And I'm trying to think what else I started watching something else relatively lately that I actually was really enjoying, but I can't remember for the life of me what. So should we use that as a nice segue to go on to what everyone's been watching?
That sounds like a good plan.
Cool, let's do that. Who wants to? I just realised what I was watching because it's written in my fucking notes.
That makes sense.
Shall I?
Take it away.
Shall I
You
kick-
should start then.
Shall I take it away? So Dan, you'll be happy to know I watched Invincible. I'm up to date on Invincible.
Oh yeah, nice.
Mate, this show is fucking amazing.
It's really good, isn't it?
Brilliant. And you know what I have to give real credit to as well is like, it takes turns that other shows wouldn't take, or other comic books wouldn't take. And I think it's clear because it's clearly written by off the source material because it's inspired by But I don't really want to spoil stuff. But Mashallah Ali's character twist in the most recent one was utterly brilliant.
Yeah.
Like, it was such a good twist. Not only was it a great twist, but also, like, I'm kind of okay with it. Does that make sense? Like, I wasn't at the end like, fuck, he got me. Like, I was like, no, that's a good, nice ending to it, and a good, well, it wasn't a fun ending, but a good ending to that character. I thought it was a really, really cool way of going about it. Yeah, go on. You were gonna.
One of the things I really like about the show is that there's such a wide range of superpowers.
Yeah.
It's not like a lot of other things. I mean, usually
This man
they're
can
constrained
fly.
by,
This man is strong. Yeah.
because most superhero things are live action, aren't they? So
Yeah.
you're slightly limited. But yeah, being an animated show, it allows you to really.
I
Just
love
go
shit
for it.
like I don't know. I haven't read the comic book. I'll be honest. I'm kind of intrigued to. Maybe after this show's done, then I might look at getting it. But like Monster Girl, I think is a fucking brilliant character. She's just
Yeah.
funny for the fact. But I also feel sympathy for her because it's a horrible power to have. It's
Yeah.
not a fun power. But she's very funny, kind of cool.
Do you want to explain the power for?
So Monster
for
Girl's she's
perhaps
she's
people who don't
cursed,
know
right?
what
It's a
her power
curse,
is?
isn't it? It's a curse.
Yeah, I think it's a curse.
So she can turn into a she's 25,
Yeah.
and she can turn into a monster. But every time she does it, she ages down by a week. And so she's been this superhero called Monster Girl for ages. She started out as Monster Woman, but she's now done it enough that she's now like a 7-year-old girl
she's like 10.
called Monster Girl.
She looks 10.
She looks
she's
10,
still
yeah. She's actually
25.
25. But she was saying, so yeah, the more she does it, and the more she continues, she'll eventually get down to the point where she's probably a baby or a child of some kind, and then, yeah.
Well,
but
unless she just didn't do it for ages and then
yeah,
continued.
which I would also understand. But no, it's a really, really, I really enjoyed that
Definitely.
episode. It's a really good show. I don't want to spoil anything. I will say though, I have no fucking clue where the show's going. Like I have absolutely
I'm
no
excited.
idea where this is going, and there's so many possibilities. The cast is incredible. Like they're actually really, really good. I have kind of made up my mind of a favorite character already. I'm going with the detective.
I was going to say the same thing. Yeah,
I think he's my favorite
Character,
character, mainly because he is just funny because everyone who sees him is like, the fuck are you doing? Why are you here?
Also,
Please
he's
leave.
voiced by Clancy Brown, which is probably
And
one
that
of
as well.
the greatest
brilliant.
voice actors.
Voice actors in general. Yeah. So Amazon Prime, if you haven't watched it already, it's all on Amazon Prime. It comes out every Friday. How many episodes are there in the series? Do we know?
8, I think. And we're
8
4 in,
because
so
we're
yeah, I think we're halfway.
4, 5, 5, 4.
5th episode tomorrow. if
Got
you
it.
guys
Yeah.
understand.
So yeah, go give that a watch. It's a really, really good show. It's also not. It doesn't feel too. I don't want to say superhero-y, but it's definitely not cartoony. There's a lot of blood, a lot of guts, a lot of bad language used. But it doesn't feel too overly superhero kind of based. It's nicely. It's kind of nice, a nice little.
But I don't feel. Maybe this is just because it's animated. It doesn't go quite as far as The Boys does.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, definitely.
But like,
Yeah, probably due to the animated, but it does. You're not wrong. Yeah, it's brilliant, and you watch some very interesting things unfold very early on.
I'm surprised you didn't mention The Boys. I thought you quite liked that game.
Again though, I think the whole I think honestly both series is fucking brilliant. I don't think there's like an episode. Maybe the last one of season 2, but I'll be honest, I also completely forgot. They are currently filming season 3, so I look forward for that to be releasing. My last thing was I watched the new season of Brooklyn Nine-Nine. It's brilliant as ever. It's just great. It's good as ever. But I'm happy that the next season will be the last one. I think it's good to end on a high note and not drag it out to the point where it's bad. So very much looking forward to that.
Finish the show when the creators
I'll be honest, we try not to kind of delve into anything too deep on this show, but they're a show about police force in a time where people aren't necessarily always on the police force's side, and they involve a lot of different races and people in that show. And I think they deserve massive credit for how they handle stuff like that. And they have said the new season coming out, not this season just came out, but the next one, the last one, will kind of handle that especially. And I think that's a really good thing for them to handle and understand and try and explain. Because there are people in the world who don't understand reasons why the police are needed and reason why... just there are issues that need to be explained. I think they do have a responsibility to explain that. So big up to Brooklyn Nine-Nine and the whole writing crew in that. It also baffles me that they struggled to find a network. That actually amazes me because the show was always great and was always doing good numbers. But yeah, glad to see that happening. So yeah, looking forward to that next season coming out. Yeah, there's my weekly wrap up done. Someone else take it away.
Do you want to go, Jimmy, or shall I?
I haven't actually really watching the whole lot, so yeah.
Okay, I'll go then. So first off, I watched Palm Springs on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
it's Andy Samberg time loop film.
I was meant to watch that last night, but I'm gonna watch that tonight, I think.
Oh, it's really funny. It's really good. Everyone's brilliant in it. This is it just sort of assumes that you basically know what happens at the start when somebody ends up in a time loop. So it basically skips most of that, and the bits of that it does show is just for a very short amount of time, and it's more about exploring being in it. And because it's unlike most time loop things, it is more than one person in the loop. So it's definitely a slightly different but new dynamic for that style of story. Yeah,
because time loops are like such an interesting idea for a film, but like I feel like they just keep doing the same thing, but there's like a whole lot of like different ideas you can do. And I like
to be fair, I mean, of like the three I feel big ones that exist being obviously Groundhog Day, Edge of Tomorrow, and then Happy Death Day, I think are all quite good films because they're all quite different. They all do very different things. Obviously, Groundhog Day is a sort of comedic drama. It's not, anything too big. And then I really like Edge of Tomorrow because big war film thing, but they're aliens and huge mech suits.
It's a good movie.
And then, Happy Death Day takes it in a horror direction. But yeah, watch Palm Springs. It's good.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
It both feels and doesn't feel like any of those things I just listed, which is brilliant. And J.K. Simmons is in it, and he's always
another great reason to watch. Yeah, brilliant reason to watch it.
And another thing I've been watching, I've just finished, but we'll be carrying on with the second series. So I just finished the first series of Wellington Paranormal. It's this comedy TV show. It follows the two police officers that turn up to answer the noise disturbance in What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh my god, that is brilliant.
Awesome. So when obviously the vampire hunter comes and what's the old guy? He kills the old
Peter.
Really old vampire. Yes.
Peter.
And then obviously the two police officers come in and they hypnotise him. It follows those two as they respond to other paranormal.
That is absolutely same actors.
Is it still like a documentary like style?
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And one thing I will say, they don't come across as massively smart, and it sort of adds a new angle to the film in that because obviously he's not sure whether his hypnotizing will work because it makes you wonder. Did he actually manage to hypnotize them or not?
Or did they just believe that he was?
Or are they just
whatever? Yeah.
Not. Yeah.
Did what's that on? Sorry.
I've been watching it on Sky.
There we go.
It's on Sky.
So is it? Okay, I'll go have a look. I can actually go have a look. What's it called again, Dan? Sorry.
Wellington Paranormal. Obviously.
Okay, have New Zealand. I can have a little check.
Yeah,
that's a really good shout.
It's really funny. I definitely recommend that. Finally, I mean, obviously.
Yeah, Now TV and Sky are the two places you can find it. So yes.
Obviously, we briefly mentioned it. But I just want to say how brilliant the entire episode, but especially the last sort of couple minutes of the most recent episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah. Oh, Oh,
It was brilliant. So good.
had a great time with it. You're dead on there the whole episode, but like the last, from the midpoint onwards,
Yeah.
brilliant, outstanding, like so flawlessly good. Yeah, really had a good time.
It's not really a spoiler because obviously you see them at the end of the previous episode, but I really love the few Dora Milaje characters that turn up. I mean, always great to see them. Because
always, yeah, but so cool. So cool. They're not even super powered. Is a line that will live in my memory for a long time. But yeah, I'll be honest. I think I had a really good time with that episode. I'm glad you brought that up because that's a fucking good. That was a really good episode. It was a blast. I'm gonna get another one tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Yay.
There's only 2 left.
Yeah, I know.
Sad.
I don't. But that like.
And it's a while till Loki.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks between this and WandaVision. I've got to wait for the next
I think Loki's the one everyone's kind of excited for.
I'm very excited for it.
I'm very excited. Like, different, just really different.
Yeah,
and
well,
like interesting. Like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Why not? This looks
so far
weird.
none of these Marvel shows have been even close to being like. If you just took them separately, you'd be like, are these things connected?
Yeah. Loki should be hopefully the one that's a little. I reckon it'll be a little more tied into everything, and also random.
Yeah,
he plays. Who is he in the trailer?
Who is who in the trailer?
Loki in the trailer.
Loki. Tom Hiddleston.
He jumps out.
DB Cooper.
DB Cooper. Thank you. Like the fact that they just went, let's just do that is just funny. It's just brilliant. It's very good. Anything else, Daniel?
Don't think so.
Any reading being done? I've actually got a book next to me I've been reading, so I'm going to shout that out as well. Okay. But go for it. You go first.
Okay. So I got a few things to do. I finished Illegal Alien, the Cyberman story a little while ago. And then I read and have now finished Shakedown, which is a Sontaran story, and the Seventh Doctor. And I have now started Scales of Injustice, which is Third Doctor and the Silurians.
Nice. Are they the nice book design covers still? You still on the nice book design?
Yes.
Lovely.
I really like this one. If you'd be able to see it because of the light, I don't know.
Oh no, we can. Yeah.
I mean, you can see the most interesting part of it is the
that's very cool.
design.
I'm pretty sure you still have a green screen on, by the way, Dan, because that just something just picked up on your green screen. It picked up on the text. Yeah, look, do it again.
Oh yeah.
It's got
the Golden Gate Bridge.
There it is. Very good. I'm going to turn that off because I'm using Zoom for a non-this thing in a couple days, and I don't want that to happen.
Walking like a green t-shirt.
Yeah. I'm reading About Acting by Peter Barkworth. I'll be honest, I'm not
more sophisticated than my reading then.
No, not really, hardly. But I don't necessarily want to do a lot of acting. I enjoy doing it.
Well, from what I've seen, you definitely shouldn't.
Yeah, and I was going to say, and I'm also not great at it, so I get that. That's fair enough. But I actually just think it's a really good book. There's actually also a lot of it on. You're
filming when you come next week.
Well, yeah.
That's why he's reading this book. He's like,
I'm reading it. I'm really trying to turn up. I did say to Jimmy, I really don't want to turn up to Jimmy's thing and feel like I'm fucking this whole thing up. So I actually am going to try really hard for that.
It's quite a big production, actually. I would say it's bigger than stuff we've done before. That thing we did with Dan that we don't talk about as well.
Yeah. I don't know what I haven't seen anything that we've done
what upsets me about that, Jimmy, is because of where Dan.
I'll credit you as executive producer. Then.
Yeah, I was going to say, because of where Dan is in the thing, I'm kind of disappointed we can't get Dan in as a cameo role, but
it's annoying. I want loads of people to show up, but I can't.
Unless there's a Zoom call happening in it, like they do in horror movies, when they just they Skype an expert to be like, dude, what's this, and they just exposition for 5 minutes.
There's a bit. This is kind of a spoiler, but
of your own production.
Here we go. I'm excited.
You know that bit with the sniper? Dan? Gabe. Sorry, Dan.
Dan.
I wanted to have a shot out the window of the sniper waving up at the window, at the camera, kind of really stupidly, and I think that'd be a really good role for Dan because he's quite tall and.
Yeah. So Dan, we want you to go to a random window, put the camera down below, and just wave at the camera. Okay. Just wave.
I just need you to be at the bottom. No, he's on the floor, isn't he? He's right.
Oh, yeah,
no
okay, yeah,
idea.
yeah. We don't. Yeah, this
You don't know
context
then,
has
if you've not read-
gone
if you've not read it
wildly out of
I
proportion.
never got the script.
We
I'll
should
have to
actually.
talk to
I
my
actually,
agent about it.
Jimmy. I am actually
Okay.
gonna send him over the script. By the way, I'm gonna make sure
Ooh,
we do
excellent.
that.
Why he's not in it?
No, Dan's now the producer. You
Okay,
just said
so
it
yeah,
there. Dan will be
you're
the producer.
Yeah, I'll
Put
do
Dan-
a bit of
put Dan
script
in-
editing, just
Put
clean
Dan
it
in
up
as
a
a
bit.
producer. Yeah, put him in as a producer. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm reading this book.
Special
My point
thanks.
was actually going to be there's a lot about in this. There's a little bit about kind of actors acting to camera and acting what directors can do to help guide actors on camera, which is mainly why I picked it up. It's actually a really good book, and I actually really like doing acting stuff. I know I'm not very good at it, but I really like doing it, and therefore I'm hoping if I read this, I can hopefully get somewhat better and do more of it. That was my whole part. Thank you very much for coming to my TED Talk. Does anyone else have a thing to talk about or go into this week?
I don't think so.
Have you watched Godzilla vs. Kong yet?
Watch my film when it's done in 3 months.
Yeah, and my documentary when it's done in 9 months.
down.
Yeah,
I'll
but
put
I
it
guess
in my
documentary,
calendar.
which is like
My
gonna
documentary
take
when
way
it's done in
longer to edit
9
than
months.
mine.
Yeah.
Yours is gonna take forever to edit. I don't even know.
I know, I'm well aware.
Yeah.
Have you watched Godzilla v. Kong yet, Jimmy?
No.
Okay,
And
great.
what's the point in all of this?
I think we should. Can we do that as our next week's episode?
I don't know. Depends if Jimmy's watched it yet or not.
It's me looking at Jimmy being
I
like,
haven't
please,
watched
come
it.
on. Yeah, I know. I'm saying if you watch it next week, we'll
I'll
do it
do
for next
it
week.
then.
I'll I don't know. I'll see.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you enjoyed this, you guys.
Isn't it like £15 to like get on Sky?
Yeah, it's £15
Amazon.
on Amazon. Yeah, £15 to rent it on Amazon.
£15. I can get the cinema ticket would be cheaper than that.
Yeah, all right, go get one.
I can't. They're closed.
Exactly.
Well, then I'm not gonna spend £15 on a film like that.
Is that okay? That's it. Oh, that's it. That's the conversation about. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah,
I don't blame you for that. Are
Yeah,
they actually
sure.
gonna put? Are they gonna put it out in cinema after cinemas reopen?
Probably not. Cinemas
No,
don't open
yeah.
here until like June, July time.
Yeah.
so
Thanks a lot,
it'd
Corona.
be a bit late for that.
I was gonna say thanks a lot, Korea. I was like, what have they done?
Yeah. Thanks. No, not Korea. Korea didn't. do
And Gav was
anything
just
wrong.
massively racist. I don't
No,
know
I'm. Don't say that. Don't say that because if
I
people now.
said
He
Korea.
gets
If
confused
people.
between China.
No.
He doesn't.
No, I don't.
And he
I
made
don't.
notice that he didn't specify
don't,
North or
no.
South. He hates them equally.
No.
Yeah.
Ah.
To
If anyone's
him,
watching
it's
this,
just
who wants to
one
give me a
big
job,
Korea.
he's lying. Oh, fuck's sake. All right, I'm moving on. Here we go.
Even after we did
thank
that
you.
community line, you're still doing this, Gabe.
Yeah, come on, Gabriel.
Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This was the Ravioli Show. If you're interested in enjoying content like this, then there's a load of content below you can go check out on the channel. I highly recommend our quiz episode and our Daniels episodes, the Daniels Award. They're both fun episodes to go watch. Is anyone doing a thing they want to plug? No?
Absolutely not.
No,
Jimmy?
okay, I guess not. Then.
No? Okay, alright, no. Yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone. We'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Oi.